welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo Up, a podcast where we talk about pop music, specifically by deep diving a randomly chose UK top 10 chart from the past. I'm Andy Robinson.
And I'm James Cook.
But what chart are we going to look at?
It's the 13th of September 1986, of course.
It's still the 13th of September 1986, of course. We say to reiterate. I think it's only fair and just, James, that we recount what numbers 10 to 6 were. Down 2 to number 10 is Human League with Human.
I'm Only Human, exactly what an alien would say.
Down 5 to number 9 this week, it's So Macho by Sanita.
Enough to trigger any 7-stone weakling.
Up 6 places this week, it's Cutting Crew with Died in Your Arms.
Big, ridiculous melodrama in a big, ridiculous coat.
Down 3 to number 7, it's Modern Talking with Brother Louie.
Catchy Europop that might have ended the Cold War.
And up a massive 17 places, only MC Micah G and DJ Sven with their holiday rap.
Attention Kendrick Lamar, Eminem and Childish Gambino. This is how it's done.
You can listen to all of these songs, numbers 10 to 6 and numbers upcoming 5 to 1, and another half a dozen songs that never ever made the top 10. Then listen to our YouTube and Spotify playlists. Links, as always, in the description.
And there are another half a dozen songs on those playlists that
Why?
don't feature in the top 10. I'll tell you why, if you'd let me get a word in. These are the songs that never get to be a top 10 songs, which means we never get to talk about them, but we will in the bonus tracks podcast that we put out every single week for our generous Patreon backers. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can join that community, or if you just want to listen to a one-off episode, they are now for sale individually.
At the very minimum price Patreon would allow us to charge. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
What does it sound like?
Hopefully it doesn't sound like the storm that we're currently sitting in the middle
Let's
of.
just point this out. We are recording this in a shed, aren't we?
Yeah.
And also, hey, as Fleetwood Mac says, thunder only happens when it's raining. So it's raining, so, you know, there might be some thunder.
That'll be exciting, won't it?
What does our Patreon sound like?
It sounds a little something like this. I learnt how to play the riff on the piano.
Did you?
Yeah.
Now, James, what's behind you?
My career?
Apart from that.
Oh. What's your point, caller?
My point, I suppose... What did we start off saying?
Well, this is very much where I'm thinking.
Yacht rock or not?
Yacht rock.
So yacht rock.
The most yachtiest.
Michael McDonald doing his thing, which sounds a little... I knew you wouldn't resist that opportunity.
Join our community now at patreon.com/ShoobyPodcast.
Number 5.
A non-mover at number 5. It's Glory of Love by Peter Cetera.
Peter Cetera or Peter Cetera?
Well, it could be either. Cetera is Latin for the rest, I think.
Etc.
Yeah.
And the rest?
Everyone calls him Peter, etc., don't they?
Of course. Why wouldn't you? All right, then. Let's delve into this.
Can I just start? Sorry,
Please.
Andy, before you get into
please.
it.
Yeah.
I imagine that Peter Cetera is singing this song to a judge.
Go on. How? Why? What?
Well, he's singing, I am the man that will fight for Your Honour. So I imagine it's a love song to a judge. He's there, like in front of the bench. Can I approach the bench, please? Yes, you may. He comes up and he's like, I am the man who will fight for Your Honour. And now I've got that in my head. That's what the song is.
It's all changed. Peter Cetera in court. I mean, it's got a whole I'm your knight in shining armour vibe about it, hasn't it?
It has.
Red flags?
He's making a lot of promises, isn't he?
A load and load of promises. Let me explain this a little bit, James. I thought, oh no, we've got to do this song. I remembered it from the past. I was slightly resentful of having to talk about it. I clicked on, did you watch the video? Of course
Yes.
you did. We watched every video. Because, hey, thank you for joining Patreon. Because what I'm going to do with the money is stop YouTube adverts coming up when I would try and watch a silly video. So this, when I clicked on Peter Cetera, I watched an advert for a Tampax. Yeah?
Yeah.
And it was to the tune of Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. And it was like all this, last night a Tampax kept me dry. Last night a Tampax kept me
Really?
dry all evening long. And I was digging this song so much with the DJ and the new lyrics. I was even more resentful when Peter Cetera turned up.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, man. We spoke in the first half about Brother Louie by Modern Talking, which has loads of clips of Once Upon a Time in America in the video, despite having nothing to do with the film.
Yes.
This video has loads of clips from a movie, doesn't it?
It has loads of clips from Karate Kid, and because of those two...
No, Andy.
What?
Karate Kid Part 2.
Part 2, very important.
Yes.
This time it's personal.
This time, I think it's the one where he goes to China and he falls in love with a local girl there. All of that I've picked up from the video to Glory of Love by Peter Cetera. I've never seen Karate Kid Part 2. I felt like all my Karate Kid needs were sufficiently dealt with the original Karate Kid movie.
All right, well, listen to Part 1 to put this comment that I'm about to make in context. Because of Modern Talking and Brother Louie, I wasn't sure whether it was from Karate Kid Part 2. I thought maybe the director just stole some old clips to bolster this pop vid.
And a bit like another song we spoke about in Part 1, Cutting Crew, Died in Your Arms.
Yeah.
It is an overblown, melodramatic 80s ballad, isn't it?
I learned on YouTube that this song was originally meant for Rocky 4 actually, and Rejected. So that's pretty good for Peter, isn't it? That they could use it for another Hollywood blockbuster.
Yeah, Rocky IV's the one where he fights Dolph Lundgren.
That's the one.
In order to try and end the Cold War. Who is to say that Rocky IV didn't end the Cold War?
Yeah. Neither me nor you.
Yeah.
Of course, Glory of Love, that's a title from an old 50s doo-wop record. I can't remember who did it. Although, here he comes. Have you mentioned the Muppets or Simpsons yet?
Nope.
All right, then. So, I haven't mentioned Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney did a cover of another song called Glory of Love. You got to cry a little, die a little, then let your poor heart weep a little, whatever the words are. That's the glory of love.
Oh, I know that song, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, that song, that Glory of Love, is very much about the troubles from a couple in life, but Peter Cetera, he's not bothered with his glory, is he? He's very much, I'm here to save you. It was slightly annoying.
Written by Peter Cetera, his then wife, Diane, how do you pronounce this? N-I-N-I.
That's exactly how you pronounce it.
You just say the letters.
Yeah.
Diane, N-I-N-I, and David Foster. David Foster, producer of the last 3 Chicago albums that Peter Cetera had worked on. And
that's right, was the ex-singer of Chicago, wasn't he?
Yep.
Peter Cetera.
And the bass player.
Okay.
And he'd co-written Hard to Say I'm Sorry and You're the Inspiration. He kind of went solo. What he wanted to do, and what he pitched to the band, is he wanted to do a Phil Collins arrangement.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know whether that's because they just share the same initials, but where he could go off and do solo stuff, but also come back and then be with Chicago again. And Chicago told him no. A decision that the drummer Danny Serafin regrets, because that was kind of the end of Chicago.
Is that tragic?
Is that sad? There are loads of hits, Chicago.
Yeah, like what?
If You Leave Me Now.
Take away the biggest part of... What's the biggest part of Chicago they're taking away?
I don't know, probably some of the buildings.
Yeah, I mean, this song very much irritated me. What
Pizza.
I did, James... Huh?
Pizza.
What I did with this
They have
song...
the deep pan pizza, don't they, in Chicago?
Yeah.
It's quite big. Anyway,
Okay.
carry on.
I'm not sure what I've got to say is any more relevant, really, because this song irritated me, and I had to listen to it again this week. You know what I did? I've already mentioned him. I did my trick of thinking, let's pretend it's Paul McCartney singing this song. And once I got that in my head, I thought, yeah, absolutely, he might have done this. Macca in the mid-80s. So I kind of got into it.
Okay, that's something.
Yeah.
I found a pattern that you really don't like emotive 80s power rock ballads. Why are you so scared of emotion, Andy?
I like some emotional 80s rock ballads. I keep seemingly banging on about the Beatles. This is interesting. Kindly Call Me Bear on the YouTube comments says, Peter Cetera double-tracked his voice on all his albums. It was a technique that was invented by John Lennon. Yeah?
Yeah.
But James, we did the charts from 1959 last week, didn't we? Or the week before, one of them. And we had Connie Francis singing My Happiness. She was double-tracking her voice. Before John Lennon, gets on my nerves a little bit sometimes that people think the Beatles invented everything.
David Foster also wrote St. Elmo's Fire.
John Parr.
Yeah. He co-wrote I Have Nothing.
Who dat?
From the movie The Bodyguard.
Okay.
Basically, St. Elmo's Fire, from the movie St. Elmo's Fire. He produced the first album by The Cause. He produced Unbreak My Heart.
Tony Braxton.
Because You Loved Me.
Who dat?
Celine Dion.
Okay.
And in 2021, along with his wife, Catherine McPhee, He appeared as Banana Split on Series 6 of The Masked Singer,
Oh, yeah.
where they came third,
Go on.
ahead of Faith Evans, Natasha Bedingfield, John Lydon, Tony Braxton and Honey Boo Boo, but behind eventual winner Jewel. David Foster also turned down directing the musical programme for the first inauguration of Donald Trump.
I never knew John Lydon was in The Masked Singer. You would imagine he'd be almost recognisable. Yeah. All right.
Dressed up as an artichoke. I am an artichoke.
All right, then, to drag it back onto Peter Cetera, this song, as I've alluded to, Isabelli2MA says, if you have saviour complex, this is your jam.
Yes, there's a bit of that, isn't there?
Yeah,
It's a
very
bit
much so.
The big I am.
Again,
Satira.
more culture wars going on YouTube. Shekta Mongu says, remember when chivalry wasn't offensive?
Right.
I think it's all because Peter's going on about a woman needs a man to fight for her honour. All that kind of stuff in there, isn't there?
She can fight for her own damn honour.
Hey,
Sunita would.
we should use that as a catchphrase if we can drop in Sunita Wood at any point during the rest of this. It's a song with a key change in. It's the one. It's a one of two. My apologies. Loads of people were saying it reminds them of Lost in the Woods from Frozen 2, which I didn't know. Did you?
No, I haven't seen Frozen 2. I felt all my Frozen needs were satisfactorily dealt with in the first Frozen movie. This was nominated for Best Song at the Academy Awards,
Oh, yeah.
but it lost to one of the biggest movies of the year,
1980. What year are we doing?
1986.
1986.
Another big rock power ballad type song
Give me a clue.
that's
Give me a
not
clue.
in this chart.
Go on.
They're not German, despite their name.
Berlin, Take My Breath Away.
That's correct.
Woohoo! I'm going to say 500,000 pop points to me since he gave me a clue.
In 1969, Peter Cetera had to have his jaw wired after him and his mates were beaten up by Los Angeles Dodgers fans at a baseball game because they had long hair.
Blimey. And remember, with sport rivalry, they were from Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Up to number 4 this week, it's Frankie Goes to Hollywood with Rage Hard.
On our Facebook group, which
Yeah.
you can join, by the way, just search for Shooby Dooby Doo up on Facebook. Our friend Philip Sawyer said, I've often wondered why Holly Johnson was singing about Ray Charles on this song.
Yeah, there's a few comments like that similar in your YouTube. Adam Pernack would agree with that, and also Nick Forbes, Warren6612 says, my mum thought they were singing Braised Tart, so there's that going on as well.
What has this song got in common with Brother Louie by Modern Talking and Holiday Rap by MC Mike G and DJ Sven?
I don't know.
He was also a West German #1.
Well done, Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
The first single off their second album, Liverpool, which of course they recorded in...
You're trying to trick me, aren't you? I've seen that look in
Me?
your face. Did they go to Runcorn?
I'll give you a clue.
Yeah.
It's somewhere that had a little piece of it taken around by a couple of Dutch rappers of our acquaintance.
Amsterdam?
Amsterdam.
Okay.
Yeah. So, 1984, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. They put out Relax. They put out Two Tribes. They put out the album Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. They put out Power of Love. 3 #1 singles. Album is massive. Who are this exciting band? They sound amazing.
They caused a stir for certain.
They go away for 3 years to make their second album. This is the first single off that album.
Yeah.
And what do you think of that?
Well, here we are. It is number 4 this week. So, it hasn't got the lasting legacy of Relax or Two Tribes or not Glory of Love, that's Peter. Power of Love, my apologies. And yet, this week, I've got into this
Have
song,
you?
I have to say. Yeah.
Because here's my issue with it.
Go on.
I don't think it has the sort of the drive of Relax or Two Tribes,
It's not as catchy.
particularly Two Tribes, which I absolutely love.
Of course, I mean, come on, James, we
it
do a pop music
feels-
podcast. What sort of people would we be if we didn't have a love for Two Tribes?
It feels like it just feels a bit more. Feels a bit slower. It feels a bit more plodding than those. And crucially, it's a song where they've forgotten to do a chorus.
Yes, all right then, let's do it. I'm glad you brought this up.
So I will forgive a mediocre verse if it's going somewhere.
Yeah.
If it's building to something. And you think, well, what's this chorus going to be? And it's just them going, Rage Hard.
All right then, let's
That's
do
it.
it. It's got the good thing at the beginning. It's in E minor, I believe. Some woman says, "We have begun. It is Frankie and Frankie only." Something like that, yeah? Then she goes. That's the kind of intro on the acoustic guitar. But it kept making me want to sing Fire.
Oh, yeah?
Do, 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 do. So there is going on, isn't he, in the verses, nonetheless, about whatever he's saying. I like the register he sings on the wings of Apollo. Down there. Tomorrow. And then the chorus, as you mentioned, goes rage hard. Just goes up a tone. Doing it right, rage hard. And then goes up another tone, minor. Rage hard. Hard, then back to fire. All that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's not a. We often prize catchiness, don't we, on this podcast? We value that it's not necessarily the catchiest song in the world, but it's got a spirit, it's got an atmosphere.
It just doesn't have the broad appeal of their other two singles. When you look at their discography, they only released 7 singles.
Yeah.
Although they put out a few of them a lot. I mean, Relax has been a top 10 hit twice. The Power of Love has been a top 10 hit 3 times.
Yeah. They're like loads of mixes, and I bought. Well done, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. They duped me as a young pop consumer by buying 3 versions of 2 Tribes, the 12-inch. Apparently, the 12-inch to this song, Rage Hard, is called The Young Person's Guide into the 12-inch mix version. That's pretty good. And then again, I saw another culture war arguing out on YouTube whether the female voice was Kate Robbins or Pamela Stevenson. I think it was Kate Robbins. She's a Scouser, yeah.
They were the first band since Jerry and the Pacemakers to have their first 3 singles go to number 1.
Yes.
And then they put out the second album, and the singles get to number 4, number 19, and number 28.
Yeah.
It's just waning popularity. I don't think taste has moved on. I think Relax and 2 Tribes would still be filling the dance floors in 1988. It's just that the songs weren't as good. And that could be because they were kind of falling apart as a band.
It's good enough to be number 4 in this week's chart, James. Let's not be too dismissive.
But you can do that. If you're a hugely successful band and people are excited about the new single, you can get to number 4 off the back of that.
Yeah.
But it won't go any further.
All right. So, all right then. We have alluded to the fact, hey, we prefer Frankie Goes to Hollywood's early work, yeah?
Yeah.
Yet this song, it's got a great spirit to it, isn't it? What's it about, this Rage Hard?
Well, it's based on Do Not Go Gently Into That Good Night by Dylan Thomas.
That's right.
You know, rage, rage, rage against the dying of the light.
The video was directed by David Bailey, so it's got that. And at the beginning of the video, they'd really like to dot the I's and cross the T's about this song. There's a caption that comes up that says, "This song is not, in essence, a celebration of youth, but an incantation against the spirit of death and lethargy." Come on, that's a good subject for a pop song.
Yeah, it is, but you don't have to tell us. Just putting it up as a caption at the start of your video just makes you look wanky.
It's certainly got pretensions, the video.
Yeah.
Did you watch it? The video, I mean?
Yes, I did.
All right. Now, there's a lot of name checks, isn't there, at the beginning? We like to remind you, nip over to our playlist in the attachment. You can either watch the video or just listen to it on Spotify. Watch the video on YouTube maybe for this one. But at the beginning, let's chuck up a whole list of names, don't they? Frankie Goes to Hollywood for some reason. They chuck up Fritz Lang, Salvador Dali.
Should I say Fritz Lang, movie director.
Do it. Play that game. Fritz Lang, who's that?
Movie director, did M, Metropolis.
Salvador Dali.
Artist, surrealist.
Okay.
Once saw him being played by Sylvester McCoy in a very terrible play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
At the theatre.
Yeah, in Edinburgh.
Wow. Would you believe that a play in a theatre in Edinburgh was a bit on the wanky side? Who'd have thought it? Noel Coward is mentioned.
Writer, singer.
All right.
In The Italian Job.
Henry Kissinger.
How I'm Missing You and Wishing You Were Here, as Eric Idle once sang. And, evil shit.
Timothy Leary.
LSD guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaman. Philosopher. Ken Dodd. He's chucked up there.
Yeah. I believe his dad's dog's dead.
All right. And also, who sang that song, Ken Dodd's Dad's Dog Dead? Who did that?
I don't know.
Yeah, somebody. Email us in shootpodcast@gmail. Remind us. Also, they chuck up the name Kathy Curse.
Kathy Curse?
Yeah. If you're so clever, who's Kathy Curse?
I don't know.
I had to Google it afterwards. There seemed to be no evidence apart from a 1977 horror film called Kathy's Curse. That's the nearest I could get to it. So that seemed weird that they chucked in an old horror film. Then they also chuck in other shout-outs. Fred Astaire.
Dancer.
Ned Kelly.
Australian criminal.
King Kong.
Big ape.
Norman Mailer.
Writer.
Chevy Chase.
Original Saturday Night Live cast member.
Karl Lagerfeld.
Fashion designer.
Idi Amin.
King of Scotland.
And then they also chuck in Greg Norman.
The golfer.
For
The
some
great white
reason.
shark. The Australian golfer.
So,
It's just like it's almost like we didn't start the fire.
what the hell is going on? Frankie Goes to Hollywood. They also chuck in other things, James. Little phrases of how to live your life, like don't shout in church, your choice, courage, and then also artichoke.
Do they?
Yeah, for some reason.
Wow, that's the second time we've mentioned artichoke.
I think it went into your subconscious.
Must have done.
Yeah.
Some Darren Brown shit's going on here, man. Shit like that freaks me out.
Apparently, this song was originally written for Grace Jones, says Paula Wickett on YouTube at least.
Really?
Who knows if that's right or
Well,
not.
she was also in the sort of Trevor Horn stable.
Yeah.
And Trevor Horn doesn't produce this record.
He produces it in conjunction with a fella called Stephen Lipson, I believe.
Stephen Lipson is the main producer on it. Right. I went to his website to read his biography. I'm going to read you his entire biography that's on his website.
Please do.
In a band, built a studio, hit the big time in the US, produced the follow-up album, became freelance, started working with Trevor Horn, worked together for 6 years, left, produced many hits, propelled into Movie World by Hans Zimmer, Grammys, Brits, Golden Globes, Oscars, etc. Here we are.
All right, Stephen Lipson, stop going on about yourself. No, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good way of doing it.
You're all right, but I do actually want to know a bit about you, Stephen.
Hey, I listened to this song, James. Raging hard against. I had to do a very mundane shopping task in the supermarket, Sainsbury's. I had Rage Hard in my ear pods going around the supermarket. It did make me feel like raging against the dying light, so I'll always be grateful to it for that experience at least.
The following year, Holly Johnson and Mark O'Toole had a fight just before they were about to play Wembley Arena, and they performed for the last time in March 1987 in Rotterdam. Holly Johnson sued the record company in order to get out of his contract, took it all the way to the High Court and won. When would the next time Frankie Goes to Hollywood perform all together?
Oh, they reformed for something relatively recently. Mind you, bearing in mind how shocked I was how old the record was in part one. I don't know. What was it?
I'll tell you, it was a big event that happened in Liverpool.
Yeah, go on.
In recent years.
Yeah, what was it?
It was the 2023 Eurovision Song Contest.
Okay. Did they?
Yeah.
For that?
Yeah.
What song did they do? Who knows?
Not this one, tell you that much. It sounds like a B-side, in my opinion.
Yeah, all right. It hasn't got maybe the hooks that we are so used to, but it worked its magic to me this week, I have to say.
But that's the thing, if you put out Relax and Two Tribes, it's like, where are you going to go from there?
I tell you what I found this week, James, this is what we've discovered now and again, is once my expectations were set for the song, that the payoff wasn't coming so much, that moment of hookiness, and I knew what was going to happen, I was fine with it, got into it because of that, in fact.
Yeah, so basically, if your expectations are quite low, you can only be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that all the listeners to Shooby Dooby always come in with very low expectation, guys.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood, of course, James. Let me ask you this question. Where did they get their name from?
It was from a newspaper headline about Frank Sinatra doing a movie.
That's right.
Yeah.
Then I thought there should be some other band names from headlines, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, because of Frankie Goes to Hollywood with Relax, they were banned from the BBC. I didn't want to give it the BBC headline, so I gave it its main competitors, ITV. They've got a website with news stories on, would you believe?
Have they?
Yeah.
No one goes to it.
So, get this, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, if they were looking at the ITV.com website for this week, these are some of the band names. I'll suggest them to you.
Okay.
See what they conjure up.
Yeah, I'll tell you what kind of band they'd be.
All right, then.
Right.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood, if they'd read ITVX website, might have been called Devon Farmer Disco Dances with Sheep.
What an amazing band name that is. I had low expectations, man, but you've absolutely exceeded them there. That's going to be some kind of an indie band, but a sort of dancey indie band.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, then. What sort of band do you think would be called Bath Takeaway Sends Samosa into Space and It Lands in France?
I mean, it's quite a long name, isn't it?
Yeah.
The thing about Frankie Goes to Hollywood is it's 4 words.
Yeah.
Bath Takeaway sends samosa into space and lands in France. Oh, some art project band, isn't it?
Yeah, all right, then.
Anything short and catchy.
All right, then. What about Toddler Trapped with Head in Toilet?
That's a metal band.
Of course. We don't even need to think about it.
Damn there.
Oh, this is a
Is
good...
the toddler okay? Can I just...
I'm not clicking on the news, James. I'm trying to avoid doom scrolling, or loose scrolling in this case, maybe. This is a good one. Police dog sniffs out wanted man in cave.
Maybe like a Nick Cave tribute act.
Nice.
And the police as well.
And finally, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. If they'd been around now and looking at the news this week, they might have been called Giant 70-metre cow made of manure appears on Somerset hillside.
Headlining the Pyramid Stage.
Number 3.
Up one place to number 3, it's We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off by Jermaine Stewart. The first of 2 UK top 10 hits for Jermaine.
I mean, this is a classic, isn't it?
It's great. I mean, it's got such an interesting title. It's a title that makes you go, hang on, what? We don't have to take our clothes off. I mean, it's something I've been saying to you about this podcast since we started it, and I am getting cold now.
And no brackets. Well
No
done,
brackets.
Jermaine.
Yeah. We don't have to take our clothes off and have brackets. The thing that has always stayed with me ever since I first heard this song when it came out is that his alternative to taking your clothes off is drinking cherry wine. And I have to admit, I've never had it, but I was looking it up, and you can get cherry wine.
Absolutely.
It's an American thing, isn't it, cherry wine?
When I spent some time in America, I would see cherry wine in the shops, and I always ended up singing this song to myself. So I thank Jermaine Stewart for that.
While fully clothed. Yeah, in the song, he's basically saying, I'm not a piece of meat.
Let's do the words. I think the words are beautiful.
It's to someone who's too keen to, to get jiggy.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about Sunita in part 1, didn't we, with her quest for a certain kind of masculine behaviour. Now, Jermaine, in this song, he's saying, a man wants to be approached cool and romantically. I've got needs just like you. If the conversation's good, vibrations through and through.
What vibrations?
I don't know.
Or just start shaking. There's the thing about skinny dipping in the first verse.
That's right, of course. Let's have a little look at that. Not a word from your lips. You just took for granted that I want to skinny dip.
Yeah, you can't just assume. I mean, he's a skinny guy.
He's suggesting that they go dancing, essentially. Take my hand, let's hit the floor, shake our bodies to the music. Maybe then you'll score. You tease Jermaine.
Yeah. Let's all just calm down a bit, keep the clothes on for a while, and see what happens. And to be fair, in 1986, that's not a bad message to be putting out there, is it?
It's a great message in 2025. I mean, this song, this dynamic, these words.
Specifically in 1986, because of what was going on in the world.
Explained properly.
Because of the AIDS scare, isn't it? This is the opposite of Marvin Gaye going, let's get it on, isn't it? He's saying, let's put it on. Let's put the clothes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this song, James, it pops up in my head many, many times over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, literally any time I take my clothes off.
I'm gonna,
Not all of them, obviously.
I'm
Keep the denim cut-offs on. Jermaine Stewart said, we wanted to use the song as a theme to be able to say you don't have to do all the negative things that society forces on you. Yeah. You don't have to drink and drive, although cherry wine apparently is fine. You don't have to take drugs early. I like the use of the word early at the end of that sentence. That changes it. The girls don't have to get pregnant early. So the clothes bit of it was to get people's attention, which it did, and I'm glad it was a positive message.
Sweet Sable 895 says, this song makes a lot of sense. The young people of today need to listen to this and take heed of it. And then they point out some Corinthians verse for you to have a little look at if you're into it.
Is that where that's going, is it?
And then Louis Long pops up to say, drinking wine is worse for you than taking your clothes off. Yes,
I think context is important. I think certainly if you were taking communion, I'd argue that drinking wine is probably better for you in that instance than taking your clothes off.
And yet a lot of priests I hear like to take their clothes off. You've got to do that comment, haven't you, when you talk about Catholicism, seemingly. You
don't have to.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to do your old jokes to do this podcast. Oh, no.
You motherfucker. Great bit of dig to me, that is. All right, then. Now, I was listening to this song, James, and I was thinking it really reminds me, apart from knowing it and loving it, let's put that aside. That's fact in it. This is a classic.
It's a great fun pop song.
I looked at who it was produced and written by. Do you know?
Narada, Michael Walden and Preston Glass.
You got it, and tell me all about Narada Michael Walden, because I had a little look at him. He's got some pedigree, hasn't he?
Yeah, writer on I Love Your Smile.
Oh, yeah, he sang that.
I
love your smile. Who was it?
Shanice.
Of course. Sorry, my apologies, Shanice. Thank you for your contribution to the panoply of pop music.
License to Kill.
Gladys Knight from the James Bond...
Baby.
From the James Bond show.
Yeah.
I said, watching that, here we go. Alison Steadman. I'm going to call James Bond the James Bond show from now on.
Baby Come to Me. Baby Come to Me.
Is that your Michael McDonald impression?
Yeah, it's Michael. Is it? It's a duet. Who's he do the duet with? Someone else. Anyway. How Will I Know?
Exactly. Whitney Houston sounds like one of her classics.
Who's the producer on Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now?
Starship?
Vision of Love?
Mariah?
Yeah, among many, many others.
Okay.
A lot of pop pedigree.
Yeah. Used to drum with Journey, and he also used to drum with the Mahavishnu Orchestra, Jeff Beck, Alan Holdsworth. So he's played with all these prog, jazz rock greats and everything. And here he is for Whitney and Jermaine, banging out absolutely, pop bangers.
What has this song got in common with the movie Seven?
It was, as I learned in YouTube comments, the video. Did you watch the video?
Yes.
It was directed by. I know, but I'd like to ask you. Directed by David Fincher, who also directed Fight Club and Gone Girl and Social Network.
It really really him.
Yeah,
him.
It reminded me very much of the video. It's just a performance, essentially, in the White Room. Had the touch of when I first saw Terence Trent D'Arby. That's not just because of he's a black man, but just the whole vibe of the record. I thought it looked like a great live performance.
Jermaine Stewart, born William Jermaine Stewart, which made me think of the bloke who hosted 15 to 1. He was a dancer on Soul Train.
You don't have to bank all your cash.
Nominate Jermaine Stewart. Dancer on Soul Train, a backing vocalist for Culture Club. Tragically died in 1997.
So I learned, rest in peace, Jermaine Stewart.
Aged just 39. His family refused to pay for a headstone, which is really tragic. But 17 years later, an anonymous fan paid for one.
I mean, in the YouTube comments, there were a lot of talk about Jermaine Stewart sort of being abandoned, really, and it doesn't sound the greatest.
No.
But here he is, living on in our hearts and our memories forever. Narada Michael Walden, right? I was sort of digging into a little bit. Someone asked him about songwriting. He gave some advice. Get this, he said, when you write a song, imagine standing on stage with 10,000 people singing along to the chorus. I mean, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Maybe they should get in touch with Rage Hard, eh?
Yeah.
Double X Zerk says, I only notice as I get older how intricate the instrumentals are on these glossy pop songs of this era. This music is off the charts, which kind of not off. It's very much on the charts.
It's on the charts. That's the whole point of this podcast.
All right, let's chuck this in a little bit. It's also got that na 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 na. It's got a na na na. So always great if you can put that in your chorus for everyone to sing along to. But I thought this might be interesting. We do this pretty much every time we do an 80s charts, James. Shiozomania says, does anyone remember waiting for your favourite songs to come onto the radio and you would run to your boombox to hit record on the cassette? That's how we downloaded music, old school. Anybody else do this, or was I the only one?
No, they were the only one.
The only person to do it, why not? Even though we've mentioned it, we've always said, did no one just record it off the radio?
I think it was just that one guy who did it.
And loads of people started talking about knocking out the tabs and taping them back up. I've forgotten about that. You could do that with cassettes.
Things that would befuddle anyone under 40.
Thank you for listening.
Yep. Are we done with the song?
Yeah.
Can we take our clothes off again then? I like that it's not don't take your clothes off. I like that we don't have to.
Yeah. It's a beautiful sentiment.
Yeah. I wasn't going to until you mentioned it.
What would happen, do you think, if Jermaine was going on a date with somebody for the first time and he was trying to please them, we'll do whatever you want, and then his date said, we could go swimming, big fan of swimming, what would Jermaine say then?
Yeah, exactly. Then he'd feel a fool.
Number 2.
Down one to number 2, meaning, of course, it was last week's number 1. It's Boris Gardner with I Want to Wake Up With You.
The third biggest selling single of the year. And the first time on this top 10 that we've done a cover version.
Is this a cover?
It's a cover.
By whom?
I'll tell you who wrote it.
Please.
Because it was originally a country and western song.
Do you know?
What?
I had that feeling. Go on. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it was written by a guy called Ben Peters,
Yeah.
who wrote 6 number ones on the American country chart, and for the likes of Brenda Lee, Charlie Rich, Glenn Campbell, Kenny Rogers, Charlie Pride. I think a guy called Mac Davis did the original recording of it.
He wrote In the Ghetto, Mac Davis.
Okay.
If it's the same one, I imagine it is.
And so this is kind of a country song done in a light reggae style.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say this before you get into it. I remember when this song came out and was in the charts. I remember at the time, and what was I? I was 9. And I remember as a 9-year-old thinking, this song's really boring. But I've listened to it this week, and I have to say, as a 9-year-old, I got it bang on.
You don't like it?
This song's dull as shit.
Do you think, James?
And he does the thing where he sings the whole thing twice.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got it the first time, mate. You can shut up now.
It's a little on the long side, I have to say. And also, James, there is a point where at the end of it, it does a fade out. And I think this song is begging for an ending, really. But not.
Yeah, after about a minute. Keep it interesting.
Don't you think it's beautiful? As Michael Tyler on YouTube says, he calls it a real knicker dropper.
Is it?
However, Panda Eyes 1986. This maybe you'd get on with Panda Eyes. He says this is why I started listening to Slayer.
I mean, that's an extreme viewpoint. That's like, I don't like toast, so I'll just eat thals from now on.
Stephen UK2C3X0 says, I don't understand how it's only been viewed 164,000 times when Shite by Ed Sheeran gets billions of views.
Look,
You and everyone else in the 80s comment section, I believe.
we all like different things. It's inoffensive. I find it a bit bland.
It's certainly got old-timey sensibilities, hasn't it?
Yeah, but we were talking about Smoke Gets in Your Eyes last week, and I was talking about how much it gets me in the feels.
Yeah.
So this is not it's an old song, so I don't like it thing. This is just, this song is boring.
I want to wake up with you, Jamie.
Thanks.
I want to reach out and know that you're there. Look at these lovely bits, listen. There's a to be the first time that I see.
No. Oh, actually, that was interesting. Keep that in.
The first time that I see. I want to wake up with. You're not having it?
Does he want to wake up with them because they've fallen asleep during the song?
Well, James, I'm glad you mentioned this. On our Facebook group, and what other social media are we on?
Instagram?
Instagram, anything else?
No, those are the main two we're on at the moment.
Also, we've got an email, shoobypodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I put the question out, James.
Oh, here we go.
What does Boris Gardner want? Yeah?
Yeah.
With a clip of the record. Now, as you know, we have quite a few celebrity fans, don't we?
Yes.
So I asked the question with a clip of the record, what does Boris want? Mark Zuckerberg in St. Petersburg thinks Boris wants a new iPhone. Howard Hughes on his Todd and Toulouse reckons he needs time on his own. William Wordsworth, who's traversing the earth, believes Boris needs some new walking shoes. But Sigmund Freud, who's a little annoyed, is suggesting he could benefit from a good talking to. Eartha Kitt is having a hissy fit and claims Boris needs you around. Taylor Swift, who's on a night shift, is saying he needs to calm down. Michael Hutchence has been in discussion and he's proposing Boris wants a new sensation. But Abraham Maslow is tweeting from Glasgow and he's narrowed it down and he's sure Boris Gardner could do with a 5-tier model of human needs which consists of physiological safety, love, esteem and self-actualisation. Who do you think is the closest? I think it might be Eartha Kitt saying Boris needs you around. The answer, however, is Boris wants to wake up with you bunch of divs.
All right, Pamela's.
James, this is our competition. I'm trying to engage in social media and in interaction.
Oh, I like it. It's good. So Boris Gardner had got to number 14 in 1970 with the instrumental Elizabethan Reggae.
Really?
Yes. For which he never got paid. And also was incorrectly credited to someone else on the record. He also played bass on Young, Gifted and Black by Bob and Marcia.
Did he?
He did.
I like it when these older reggae fellas used to turn up. I always used to think, what sort of life have you had? Why are you here? They've always done something or other in the past.
And I think, you have to say, invoking Nile Rodgers, I'm not going to do the full quote because I can't really remember it, but it came out of nowhere, didn't it, this song? Number 1 for 3 weeks. Third biggest selling single of the year, behind a single we're going to talk about in a couple of minutes, and Every Loser Wins by Nick Berry.
Okay. So I was searching for it on YouTube. I've got one of them sticks that you're talking to, yeah? And it comes up. But because of my accent, and never understand. Does your stick understand you? You've got
Yes.
less of accent than me. Every
Yes.
time.
No, I can speak properly. Yes.
All right then. So I asked for Boris Gardner. The first thing that came up when I asked for it in my stick was just Nana, so it was loads of bananas for some reason. Then I asked for it again, trying to enunciate a bit more. Then like the words puppy cartoon came up. I thought, how's this come from Boris Garner? and I asked for it again, and I got Barry Scott Garner, who was the bloke from the Silly Bang adverts, so I had to watch videos of him. And then I really pronounced it, and then I got Paris Gardner, and just loads of French horticulture.
Okay.
Fifth go it took me to find Boris Gardner.
I think all this is symptomatic of the fact that the song is boring.
You're saying YouTube was trying to keep me away from it?
No, I'm saying that we wouldn't be talking about this if we had anything about the song to talk about.
Fuck off, did you watch the video?
Yeah.
What did you make of that?
Yeah, someone's stalking Boris Gardner.
What? He's doing the stalking?
I thought she was stalking him.
You must have been bored watching this video.
She's the one walking around. He's just sitting there.
He's sitting there reading a newspaper on the steps. As Patricia Healy 2927 points out in YouTube comments, I always wear white kicks on a shitty front step. So I was kind of enjoying the pettiness of this. But it was a little bit disturbing. The woman walks past him, James, and he goes following her, right? While he's reading the paper, he sees a woman walk past, and he follows her down the street, and then he follows her into a old deserted train station. I think, this is going wrong, Boris. It's not a good pop video.
I want to wake up with you in the boot of my car.
But then he goes home. It does show him going home in a taxi and fantasising about this woman running around and her being in his life. Apparently, the train station was Westbourne Park Tube Station, I learned on YouTube. And apparently, the woman who Boris is so obsessed by, stalking her, was in the Billy Ocean Love Zone video. You're not having it, are you?
No.
Well, you know what they say, to buy a Boris Gardner single is to believe in tomorrow.
Hey?
The thing about it, if you get a garden, it means you
Oh,
believe in
okay.
tomorrow. It's not.
Yeah.
Go on, James, express yourself. Why did this? Why is it so boring to you? Not pretty or beautiful.
I find it slow, and it's like having someone throw wet lettuce at your ears.
The UK's number one.
Up one place to number one. It's Don't Leave Me This Way by the Communards.
You look delighted.
I am delighted.
Go on.
I love this.
Do ya?
I love it.
All right.
It's great. It's joyful.
It's got a key change in it.
It has, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a dramatic key change in it. Is that the best bit of the song? The overlong ah.
All right, let's do it now. Let's do it now.
Because the first ah is short.
Yeah.
And sometimes people at a disco, they think it's going to be long because there's a long one coming and they get it wrong and they are foolish. You have to wait for the second ah because that's when the long R is.
That's where the key change. Who wrote this song? Do you know?
It was written by Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff.
It's a cover version, of course.
Yes.
I say, of course. Who did the originals?
Well, originally recorded by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes in 1975, but the first UK hit was by Thelma Houston in 1976, and then the Harold Melvin version was a hit after that.
All right, let's get back into the key change because I think we can do it quickly. So he's all going, so A minor, isn't it? Don't leave me this way. I can't survive, I can't stay alive without your love, no baby. What I like, especially in the how it gets into the chorus, this is good, James. Like I say, it's in A minor. No, I can exist, I will surely miss your tender kiss, but don't leave me this way. Major, goes into major, and then it stays there for, oh, baby, my heart is full of, there he is, James is grooving. But on the last one, I really like it, he goes, I surely miss your tender kiss, so don't leave me this way. Baby, my heart is in dying. So it jumps up 3 semitones. It's a thrilling key change. Well done, Communards.
And, you know, Gamble and Huff.
And Gamble
Who
and
wrote
Huff.
it. Who also wrote If You Don't Know Me By Now.
If you are what?
If You Don't Know Me By Now. Who also wrote If You Don't Know Me By... Oh, fuck's sake. Who also wrote If You Don't Know Me By Now.
Yeah.
Fuck you. David Brent. Me and Mrs. Jones.
Oh, who sang that? Despite knowing that song, who sang it?
I didn't write
you thought I'd know it, didn't you?
Yeah. I don't write the answers.
Yeah, classic. Go on.
Yeah, Love Train.
OJ's.
Now That We Found Love, what are we going to do with it?
Who sang that? No,
Is that also by OJ's?
No, the reggae song in it, which you don't like because of Boris Gardner spoiled it for you.
The Love I Lost.
Harold Melvin, I believe.
When Will I See You Again?
3 Degrees.
I Love Music.
Do ya?
Any kind of music.
Okay.
Show You the Way to Go.
Peter Frampton.
The Jacksons.
Man, I get
Let
them.
me show
Yeah,
you.
my apologies. Yeah,
What a bunch of bangers they are.
loads and loads of classics.
Here's what I like about this song.
Yeah.
The lyrics of this song are essentially saying, don't leave me. It's a common thing in pop, isn't it? Usually, when someone's singing a Please Don't Leave Me song, it's a ballad. And it's slow and it's miserable. And I always think, well, cheer up and they might stick around. But this is going, don't leave me this way because I am fabulous.
Yeah,
and
right.
I am going to prove it by how fucking banging this song is.
Nice reading of this song. I mean, let's point out Jimmy Somerville is joined by Sarah Jane Morris, of course.
I don't get it. He's got a high voice. She's got a low voice. What's going on there?
It's so confusing. However, they're both great dancers, aren't they?
They are having the best time in the
Yeah.
game.
It made me enjoy this podcast, James, the process. I knew this song, I liked it, but this week, for whatever reason, here we are many, many years later, it's revealed itself as sounds great, doesn't it, this record?
It does. And Jimmy Somerville, despite me not really being, I don't have any of his albums and I only kind of know the hit singles. He's a bit of a hero, isn't he, Jimmy Somerville?
Yeah.
Because he was an openly gay man in the 80s from Glasgow who sings in a falsetto. And, we don't know what's going on with him internally or in his private life. But in terms of showing up on Top of the Pops and fronting it out and being, this is who I am and I am doing this and you're all going to like it. I think that's amazing.
I thought there's a little crossover between him and Holly Johnson in performance, I'm going to say this week. They're both unique. They've both got their own thing. But the way they sell the song, really, their movements and their groovements, all that stuff appealing. There was a lot of love and lust for the drummer in the YouTube comments and the communards. She's called June Miles Kingston. She's done loads of great work, as I had a little Google.
You mentioned Sarah Jane Morris. She was a university friend of Richard Cole's, and her cousin is Armistead Maupin, who wrote Tales of the City.
Ah, nice.
Yes, that's a bit weird. In 2020, Jimmy Somerville said about his singing voice, I thought it was freaky. I thought it was defective. I've always had that at the back of my head, and it's only in the last 5 years or so that I've understood that I've got quite a special gift and I can really celebrate it. So that was in 2020, 30-odd years after he's had this number one hit and a bunch of other hits. And it's like, come on, Jimmy. Enough people like it. It's fine for you to like it as well.
Yeah, thank you for all your contribution to pop music, Jimmy Somerville, and everyone else.
It's such a banger.
It's got a great piano solo as well, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
The solo slamming and banging there. Richard Coles, of course.
Yeah, classically trained musician. And as people who are listening to this are probably aware, went on to become an Anglican priest and write cosy crime novels. He's been on Celebrity MasterChef twice. He came second last on Strictly in 2017 behind Brian Conley, Aston from JLS, Molly from the Saturdays and Alexandra Burke. And he came third on I'm a Celebrity in 2024 behind winner Danny from McFly but ahead of Talisa from N-Dubs.
Okay. He did that weird thing, didn't he, where he claimed he had AIDS for a bit, Richard Coles.
Did he?
Yeah, he's sort of very apologetic about it now and all I was, mental and everything. But that happened a little bit. He feels very shameful about it now. I don't really know why I brought it up. Just, we can't shy away from everything. Well done for all your Masked Singer work.
He wasn't on the Masked Singer. We should pay attention. I'm giving you all the reality show information. Who is this song dedicated to?
I don't know.
The Greater London Council.
Oh, really?
Yes, who were about to be abolished by Margaret Thatcher. The clues in the title, guys. The Communards.
Yeah. This is good. Shannon Hecker on YouTube says, I remember my brother asking for this album for Christmas. My parents bought him the Commodores.
Or the Communist Manifesto.
And again, I've never really mentioned this in all the time we've been doing this podcast. What happens quite often is someone pops up to say, I like this record, but I'm a metal fan. For some reason, metal fans, they think they should be congratulated for liking something that isn't metal. So there's a bit of that going on, but fair enough,
Apparently, and I haven't actually checked on Spotify or other streaming sites whether this is available, but the 12-inch single version of this featured a 23-minute long mix of it, which you'd have to turn the record over halfway through, which I can't imagine being much fun at a disco.
And there were a few records that were out, weren't they? I can't remember any off the top of my head, but they call them Part 1 and Part 2. The dance records especially, they'd be sort of chopped in half. So, Communards, just following that great tradition, let's say.
And to this day, any disco, any party, put this on. Gets everyone going. Everyone joins in. It's great.
Absolutely.
So there you have it. That's the top 10 from the 13th of September, 1986.
It's been a great top 10, hasn't it? Some challenges along the way, by and large, after the end of the week, James. When I was popping this on this morning before you came round here on shuffle, and with our half a dozen songs that are coming up on the Patreon bonus tracks content, every song that came up, I thought, I love this one.
Well, all of them
worked its magic absolutely.
Even the rock ballads that you weren't that keen on.
Yeah, I was only being silly at the time, really. Even then began to take a certain shine for me. Which was your favourite?
Okay, so, well, I mean, it's Don't Leave Me This Way by the Communards. But I'm also going to give a big shout out to MC Micah G and DJ Sven. I have not listened to that without a smile on my face this week. It's cheered me right up.
That will do it. Thanks, you two Charlies. For me personally, I mean, we don't have to take our clothes off. Always great communards. But in terms of, I'm tempted, I don't want to copy you. I'm going to go for Rage Hard. Just for its spirit of not shying away from this beautiful thing called life, James, yeah?
We'll stick that on a tea towel on our little merch stand, shall we?
You can listen to all of these songs, as we've mentioned, in our attachments and the playlists, the Spotify or the YouTube one. Giving you a little nudge towards YouTube. Why not? While you're having a little groove, have a look at some videos too.
Yeah, videos well worth watching this week. Give us a follow on our Facebook page. Now, is it a follow on Facebook? No, you just kind of join the group, don't you?
I do not know.
Search for Shooby Dooby Doo Up. You can follow us on Instagram. We are on there as well.
You can follow us there. You can, if you don't mind, have a little moment. Why don't you write us a review? They're always handy, I hear.
Yeah,
loads of people saying that.
They're really helpful. That's why no one does them ever.
Takes a bit of time, but we'd appreciate it.
Just
Also,
put it's good 5 stars. See it? That's all we have to do.
rate, share, subscribe, follow, tell your friends, be nice to your mum, keep listening to the pop music. Thank you to the record buying public of this era for putting all these songs in the charts. Thank you to all the musicians who made these records, but mainly thank you for listening to this.
And until next time, ring dang a dong for your holiday.
Say shooby dooby doo up.
All right, shooby dooby doo up.
And ring dang a dong for your holiday. Bop bop shoe up. Rage hard.